was a good way to talk about the new products when we are showing something new and different. And then I was going to go to you with the, since you're here, you feeling okay? You want to do the concealers first?
Oh, did you want me to start with concealers?
Well, whatever you want to start with. Under eye corrector,
Okay.
do you want to start with?
We are live on Facebook or on YouTube. So yeah.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Here I am in Great Bend, Kansas. I'm Rita Krause, and I want to welcome you to a season of self-care and celebration. That's what the company has, how they've described our new products. And we are here to share you, to show you and share with you all of the fall holiday products, calling it kind of a debut of the new Mary Kay products. In fact, we all talked about how we didn't know what to wear this time of year. It's always kind of a big question. But I want to introduce some of the gals that I have the honor in working with here that are helping me with this little sharing time tonight. And that would be Angie Roth. I see you. I don't know if you see her. Yay. We would not be doing this if it were not for Angie. That's how important she is. And then she's a consultant in our unit, but she also wears a hat of many, many different career fields. So one of them is a very expertise girl on technology. So that's the reason she's volunteered to keep us in line. And then I have a director friend here with me tonight. Her name is Deborah Marsh, and Deb has lots of experience, been in National Queens Court many times for sales, has so many experiences. In fact, she's flying in tonight from her ball game with one of her daughters that's playing. Is it soccer that they're playing? What is it, Deb?
One had a volleyball game and the other one was cheering at football. So yeah.
She's excited to be here too, just like we all are. But let me just read to you. I found this, and I know some of you have seen it because I have posted it before. You know, when we have new products, we have to ask ourselves, gosh, you know, what makes ours different from anybody else? Well, I just want to read why we trust our Mary Kay company. First of all, every formula is tested for safety, stability, and performance for over 500,000 tests each year. So every formula, just kind of think about that, for safety, stability, and performance. 500,000 tests each year. Products that are developed with dermatologists, ophthalmologists, and scientists. They are not just, you know, people that come up with a great idea and start throwing things together. No, these are by true professionals, dermatologists, ophthalmologists, and scientists. A third thing you need to know is we have more than 1,600 global patents, which show a commitment to innovation, and we're not copycats. So some of these things that you see, you may see first here with Mary Kay. And another thing I want you to know is that Mary Kay never tests products on animals and follows strict safety standards. Many of you have heard us say we use the EU, is it EHU? EUE, I think it is, European standards, for which are higher than the United States standards. So the Mary Kay Cosmetics uses the highest standards. The Good Housekeeping Seal has been awarded to dozens of Mary Kay products. In fact, you'll find in almost every one of our lookbooks a page dedicated just to all of the products that they have received the outside testing of the Better Good Housekeeping and seal, which is a very big honor for any product at all. And then every product is backed by 100% satisfaction guarantee. Where else can you find that? So we are very excited. You need to know that we are still a family-owned business. Mary Kay's grandson is a third generation, and he is currently our CEO and president right now. 3 generations, I did say that, right? Products are made to be effective for real women, not just models or influencers. And so you all can relate to that current day talk. And we are just very excited to be able to represent our products. We as sales directors have the opportunity to try them ahead of time. Some of us, I know Deb has got a few, and I just received my order, so we're excited to do that, but it doesn't mean that we've had time to try all of them. We were introduced to them at seminar this year, and so I've asked Deb to start off with, we had some products you all have remembered. We have products that are going out of inventory. The reasons. Do you want to share anything, Deb, to go with that as far as why the Mary Kay is? I guess it looks like we're sizing down our inventory, but in some ways she has an explanation of the global, the big picture, which we don't always see. Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, so I asked about that, and they are looking at global sales, not just here, but globally, and what products are performing, and those that have lower sales make way when those leave our product line. They're just making way for new and improved products that women are wanting. So we may not like the change, but it's always for us that they're doing that. So yeah. But we don't like it when things go away. But then we love what comes out. So it's always a good thing. And they study the market a lot. So they know what they're doing with that. Yeah.
So what product is going out, Deb, that we are having this new order blank?
Yes. Okay. So
Regular line.
Yeah, the first one that I get to talk about is a regular line product. So I'm going to start out with something that I love. Oh, my screen froze. I'm frozen. That's not a very good look. So anyway, I struggle with dark circles. And if I don't get sleep, they're worse. As I get older, my dark circles are worse. So I've always loved our under eye corrector and our concealer. But our current one is phasing out and being replaced by a new and improved formula. And it really is better. I'm like the rest of you, and I was like, oh no, I don't want it to change because I liked what we were using, but it really is better. So let me tell you first about the under eye corrector. So that is for, when you have blue or purple tones underneath your eyes. This is a great picture here. And so it is designed to target that blue and purple, and to make our eyes look less tired, less dark. What I love is that it's creamier than our current formula. It's long wearing, and it is absolutely a full coverage product. So you use a lot less, like just tiny little dots. You don't use very much. And I love that the applicator is pointed because you can really get that precision application and put it right where it needs to go, right in that deeper, darker area. But also, well, I'll get to the concealer here in a second, but so I love that it just really neutralizes instantly those dark, stubborn, dark areas that we don't want showing up on our face. It's infused with licorice extract, and that helps to reduce the discoloration and brighten the eye over time. So it's not just cosmetic like camouflaging results, but over time reducing the dark circles. So I'm really excited about that because my dark circles have plagued me forever. And 90% of women agree that it does not flake and it feels weightless because it really is creamy. So if you have dry under eyes, that's the other thing, is it doesn't look cracky or flaky. It's not going to make you look older because it's so clean. So love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So that's the under eye corrector. The other one that's going away and being replaced. Oh, I'm sorry. I should add this for the under eye corrector. There's 2 shades now. So we have one that's called light peach that is for your ivory beige skin tones. And then we have deep peach, which is really more for the darker skin tones. And we didn't have that before. So that's another perk with that. Then our concealer, oh my goodness, it's going to be a big seller. We had some gaps in our previous concealers in terms of shade options for women. There was 6. Now we're going to have 9. So there's some that maybe have a new name and are very similar, like let's see, what's that? Light ivory, deep ivory, light beige, deep beige. But then there's a bunch of new shades. I think we still have one that matches kind of the light bronze, but to fill in those gaps. So there are women who were mixing and having to create their own colors. They're not going to have to do that anymore. They're going to be so happy. But it is also creamy, full coverage, long wearing, and that same targeted application. It's infused with vitamin E, which is an antioxidant. It has plant-based glycerin, which helps boost skin moisture. So again, it's not going to look dry or cakey. It's giving your skin that hydration. It is sweat and humidity resistant. Whoop, whoop. And works really well over or under a foundation alone, or even as an eye primer. So, our primer went away a long time ago for the eyes. So this works really great for eye primer, or that blue discoloration on the eyelid as well. So, now for the shades, they are pretty quick drying. I personally, in the previous one, wore the very light. In this one, I can use light 1 and light 2. Light 1 would be the equivalent of the very light, but I can actually use either one. But you'll notice the picture there. The girl with the lighter skin, she has some blotchiness on her face, and that was just a few dots of the concealer. I doubt that she has any foundation on. That is just a little bit of concealer, and you'll see that in younger people, like my daughters who are in their 20s. They don't wear a lot of foundation. They just use concealer. So they're really going to like this because it's really going to neutralize those areas that they're trying to conceal. Now with the under eye corrector, because it is, I think, a little bit more peach than our current one, most women will probably have to go over that with concealer or with their foundation, especially on the darker skin tones, because you can see that peach, it kind of looks red, but they'll have to go over that with concealer. But there's some great pictures to demonstrate that in our catalog, in our new catalog that you'll be receiving. I don't know if you have this picture, Angie, but it's got on the darker skin tone, and you'll see when they conceal that it's kind of red, and they go over it with concealer, and it just beautifully blended. It's amazing. So iris resistant, but I promise you'll love it. And you can still use your cream brush to apply it, the small cream brush, or your finger, whichever works the best for you. So that's a little bit about that. Rita, is there anything you want to add?
Well, one of the things that I have already had people ask me is that they love the felt tip applicator from our current one. And they're very concerned. How are they going to put that on? Because they're so used to just taking that felt tip and dabbing it. So one of the things that I did notice when I started using it were two things. One of them is it takes such a small amount. I'm just amazed at how small. And that's the reason, I guess, that these needle point, I think they're called, applicators. And it really does. I mean, you just barely, I wonder if a tube of it wouldn't last you all year. I mean, it just seems that concentrated, because I used the little sample thinking I was going to save a tube. I don't know when I'm going to run out of that little sample and I use the light peach, for under eye corrector. And I prefer ring finger blending, but I do know that I before was putting it on with the felt tip, and then I was going ahead and using a brush to blend it. So it's nothing to get used to at all. And I would encourage the girls to encourage your customers to try it. I think that part of it is and you mentioned the formula is a little bit smoother.
It is much creamier.
Yes. And that's what you need, especially if you're working under the eyes.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't want to show off those lines at all. So it's a lot creamier. I noticed that I would get kind of cakey with the previous formula, and I'm not having that. But you do have to make sure you don't use too much, because you really, like you said, just a few dots. Less is best, honestly, with this one, because it's such a full coverage concealer. So I think a tube would last a long time.
Yes. And one of the other things you had mentioned that there are they filled in the blanks. This is a page, and I don't know if Angie has this one, but if you don't, girls, this is something that you can find in the digital library. I know that I have been working on finding all the new things there. It's now available for you as consultants, but I wanted to share with you, when you get ready to order, this was so helpful to me. If you have a lot of customers using Beige One, then what it will do is it will show you, well, what is a good, conversion, I guess you call it conversion chart. The medium one is good. It's a new shade, and there was a light beige, and that is now going to be light 3. And I like deep ivory. That's what I used under my eyes because the older we get a little more sunken. And so the deep ivory was a concealer I used all the time. And I thought, I wonder what number that is. And it's light number 2. So I knew what I usually sell. What you wear is what you sell. And I found it very helpful. Did you say you use light ivory, Deb?
Yes,
Okay.
but I can use light 1 or light 2
Okay.
on
Well,
this chart. Yeah.
And so, but if you match, your customers' consultants that you already or what you use, then it'll show you what the new name will be. And they just use the name light, medium, and deep, and that just give a number to it. So it's really easy to convert, but it's got the names there of each one. Can you all see this? Because I can't see myself on the screen.
I have it up on the screen. It's up
Okay.
on the screen.
Cool. I see it now. Perfect. But they will want to, I think, go ahead and do a print off for that and just keep it in the drawer wherever you keep your concealers. And it just helps you so much with ordering. But
Yeah. And
that's
really
how-
the key ingredients are the vitamin E, and then plant derived glycerin. There's glycerin for hydration, but then the under eye corrector also has licorice extract, and that is like for not just temporary help, but it also helps to lessen the dark circles over time.
And what a name, licorice. We think of being dark.
That's true.
It's an opposite type thing. They work with us. That's great. That's great. Okay. Well, she just talked about our concealers that are changing and look how improved they are. And the under eye corrector is part of that family. And then we go into another product that has, I guess you would say, we're going to cover all of those, Deb, all of the products that are, in our current line. They're not limited edition. And Deb is so good with her, I guess you would say, details of products. Would you like to share, Deb, about the excitement in the new Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.3?
Yes. Oh, I'm really excited about this one. I mean, I'm excited about all of it. It's all so good. This lineup is fabulous, but we do have a retinol product in our line that was a 0.5 that women had to go through a retinization process and use the calming milk. And I think it probably did affect the sales because it's a kind of a commitment, you have to be dedicated to do that. And so it is being replaced by one that is a daily retinol product. So it's our Mary Kay Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.3. So it's still that gold dermatology gold standard for anti-aging, and it is still that pure potent retinol, but it's the 0.3 so that you can use it every day. This one you use at night, not in the morning, just at night. And how it goes on, you wash your face, you do all of your serums, and then the retinol goes on. Just a pea size though. Deborah used too much a couple of times. Follow the directions. So just a pea size. And you do want to put your eye cream on first so that you don't get any of this on your eye area, because it is stronger. And then you follow up with moisturizer. But I did hear them say that if you are someone who has really sensitive skin, even though it's a daily product, if you're finding that you have some sensitivity, it's okay then to put it on top of your moisturizer just to have a little bit of a barrier. I personally do have very sensitive skin, and I thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to use it every day. But Deborah forgot, and I did the facial peel in the morning, and then I did this at night. And another day in microderm in the morning and did this at night. And I finally was like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to do exfoliation on the day that you use it. So you just have to remember that if you exfoliate, then don't use it that night, unless you have pretty tough skin. And I don't, mine's pretty sensitive. So, but just a little bit about it. I'm so excited because it says after 1 week, you see results. So after 1 week, it says the look of deep lines are improved. Firmness, radiance, and skin tone is improved. And that's what I noticed on my skin. I've been using it for a couple weeks now, but I looked in the mirror, I'm like, gosh, my skin looks pretty good today. I just I look better today. I'm like, is it the concealer? Is it trying to figure out, and I'm like, I think it's the retinol. And then by the second week, it says, I'm sorry, not by the second week, 12 weeks, but for me, by the second week using it, I had a couple of just sunspots here on my cheeks, and they were diminished like a lot. And I was just using our CC cream. So, not a lot of foundation coverage, but I'm like, oh my goodness, they were half as much. And I know it's from the retinol. So I'm absolutely thrilled because I've lightened them with our other products, but I mean, they're significantly lighter. So I'm like beyond thrilled. But by week 12, that's when you get your maximum benefits, your maximum results. So at week 12, 100% of women said that their texture was smoother. So I feel like mine feels pretty good. So I'm excited for what's going to happen at 12 weeks. 100% of women had less visible blotchiness. So even helps with that. 90% of women had fewer lines and wrinkles. 86% had a visible reduction in deep lines. So I'm really excited about that because I have some forehead lines I would like to go away. And then firmness was increased. 27% said that. And then the even tone improved 37%. But I would say the even tone, I saw that like pretty immediately. And like I said, I've only been using it for 2 weeks, and I did skip a couple of days because I had some sensitivity, just because I did the exfoliation. The other tip is don't use it on your neck. It is not for the neck. It's not for the eyes, the eye area. It's not for the lips. So just your face, just a pea size, is all you need, for this product. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you about it. I just love it. Like I don't know. I think if you can't order it until the 10th if you did the lookbook enrollment, where you signed your customers up for that. If not, it's the 15th, but go ahead and start pre-selling this product. If you've got a customer VIP page, I mean, post about it, really share. I did that. I just posted on my Facebook group for my customers and sold one that way. And my order hasn't even come in yet. So I don't even have it to sell. She called me today. She's like, when do I get it? And I said, well, I'm just waiting on my products, but you're getting it as soon as I get it, it's in the mail to you. So I love that Angie put this up because this does show kind of a comparison between our 0.5 and our 0.3. And there's just so many benefits with the 0.3 that the 0.5 didn't provide. It's really quicker results because you're using it daily and you don't have to have that retinization, process. Even though the skincare benefits are the same, you just don't have that waiting time because it's immediate and in less sensitivity to it too. So Reed, is there anything that you would like to add about this product?
Well, the one thing that I know my daughter experimented with the 0.5, so I can only imagine it would be just as good with the 0.3, is she used it on her son who plays football, and they developed the sweat and all and the acne around that area. And so she put the retinol product on his face every single day. And she had kind of a before and after. It was truly amazing. It clears up acne like nothing we've ever seen. And so that's something that the company doesn't, you'll find it on certain pieces of literature. I think I did see one printout, but that is something that's really, that's an important thing. Women would like to know that. Young mothers would like to know if they've got kids with skin breaking out, that's the type of thing they're recommending. And it worked well. So I'm anxious to see if she is going to have him try it with a new one. I don't know. That's listed as the benefit, a side benefit.
Yeah. Yes. And I would say too, one thing that I've noticed from using it, because, it is helping with that cellular turnover and everything, is I needed to hydrate a little bit more. Okay. And so I really started ramping that up, started using the HA ceramide hydrator, just a few more hydration products with it. Because I felt like my skin was like, okay, I'm thirsty. You need to give me a little more moisture. And my skin was very happy when I did that. even
So
the.
tell them the order of application. I always think, we always wonder, okay, and when do I put that on? Well, it's the first thing after cleansing, right?
So yeah, you wash your face and then that's when you put on then you put on your boosters and your serum. So in my case,
Are
I
you
am
talking
using,
morning or night? I'm sorry.
oh, at night. I'm sorry. At night. Yes.
Now,
at
see,
night.
I thought you were supposed to put it right on top of your skin right after cleansing.
No, your serums and everything come first, and then it's right before moisturizer.
Okay. All right.
Now,
Well,
if you find out differently, correct me. That's what I'm remembering.
I was just remembering reading that, and maybe it was assuming that the average consumer doesn't always have boosters. But for those of us who do have boosters, that is nice to know that it should follow after them.
Yeah, Angie, find it, see what it says. That's what I am remembering, but I could be.
Okay. Well,
Right here. It's right here on the fact sheet. This is a 2-page fact sheet that's in your document library. And down here it says, in the evening, apply a pea-size amount, 1 pump of the Mary Kay Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.3 as the last step before your moisturizer. Dotting product on your forehead, cheeks, skin, nose, and chin. Gently smooth on the entire face, upward, outward motion, avoiding the eye. Be sure to apply your eye cream before applying the retinol, and use within 6 months. So as Deb was saying, yes, the cleanse, then your boosters, your serums, your toners, and then right before you put on your moisturizer, put this on.
Yeah. And for me, I'm like Deb, I have very sensitive skin. In fact, when I did the 0.5, I was so excited about it. I just overdid it, a little bit. And so it took me a while to get over that. I got less excited about it, but so I kind of hesitated. Deb's maybe had hers on 2 weeks. Did you say, Deb?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
And I've only had mine on 4 days. And I thought I would maybe feel a tingling sensation. And I have to tell you, I put it on immediately. So it was closest to my skin right after I cleansed. There was no other barrier there. And I didn't feel a thing. So I was very excited, and I made sure I just used that pea size. And you feel like, I know why people think that you need to use 2, but if you do a full press down, it's just a pea size. It's not that much. So you kind of have to put it out, and then you just have to keep moving it to feel like you get your whole face covered. Those are the things I noticed being a newbie in trying it out. So I feel like that might be helpful to somebody, because there is absolutely and I swear by the second day or the third day, my skin was clearer. Like you said, there's something about it. It cleans up your, I don't know what it is, irregular coloring and all.
Yeah.
And it just, it surprised me. I was really shocked, because I feel like my skin is usually pretty neutral, but it was even better. And I have one brown spot that I'm going to be interested in seeing, if a sunspot, if that will take it away. Because we have a consultant who's $1 million director, and a new director, not new, but she's a successful director. She says, I feel like we are big sellers in finding out about how popular this is going to be. It's going to be a use all the time, because people are seeing results like fast. And we're into a society that works fast. And so she says, I feel like we are going to be not only selling the 55 and older, our repair, but it's going to be repair and 0.3 retinol, because that's how much difference and effective people are finding this to be. So that gives you an idea for ordering, if it's something that you haven't tried, and for sure, try it yourself as a consultant.
Right. Yes, and the price point is better too, because
yes, tell them that. We forgot. Yeah, tell that.
Yeah, it was 120. And this one is 70. So the price point is much, much better. And it really will last quite a while if they're just using that piece. Yes. They're not going to go through it that quickly. I didn't mention the price of the concealer. I totally forgot about that. It is 18.
Right. Yeah. And both the concealer and the under eye corrector.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. Perfect. Okay. Well, we'll move right along into I think that's all of our new regular line. We want to now go into some of the fun stuff. If you remember when I first started, I read the tagline, and it's in the lookbook. But I love the fact that it says a season of self-care, which Deb just gave a lot of the self-care information, and celebration. Well, the new limited edition fun things, shall we say, that are only going to be here for a short time. That's what we want to talk about next. And on your lookbook, you'll see this page. It's all limited edition. So pay close attention to this. All of your regular line are found, and this is in the new lookbook, the new white one. You will see all the regular line are inside with lots of detail, but the back of the back page is everything that is limited edition. So I have tried to experiment with as much as possible, but let's just start from the beginning and let's just say that you have got your foundation on and you're concealing. What is the next thing that you do? For me, what I do is I do my cheek color. And so my cheek color is almost always powder. I know we've had some cream, so I was kind of a little bit, we've had some limited edition things. I wasn't really terribly excited, but I have to say, that's all I have on tonight. And I really kind of liked it. This particular color, there's 4 colors. And let me just read them to you. We have a coral kiss, we have a pink stars, and then we have a passion fruit and a soft buff. Well, I probably could have used a soft buff, but I was afraid with my animal print on tonight, but I was afraid maybe it wouldn't show up as much. So I went ahead and I did the passion fruit. And the passion fruit was really nice. But let me give you the tip that the company has told us about it. They are a gel. These are referred to as gel creams. And I'm going to show you one here that has not, this is when you open them up. And make sure that when you do this for yourself, you'll remember this has got a little foil top on it, and then it's got a little tab, and you can pick this tab up and just pull it off. But they're saying, wait, don't do that, because then you get more out than maybe what you want to work with. And the tip from the company yesterday when we had a little bit of training is they said to keep the foil on there. I'm going to show you with a toothpick here. This is the soft buff. And you just put this, a toothpick, or it could be a straight pin or a needle or whatever, and you just poke it right in the middle. Well, look at that. My toothpick broke. There it goes. I just got a little bit pointed down into that foil part there, and it'll already start to come out, but it'll just be that tiny bit, and you squeeze it a little bit, a few dots, and you put cream on cream. So your foundation should be on first, and then you put this gel cream, or whichever of the 4 colors you choose to use, on second with dots. And then I just kind of blended it myself. I did not blend it with a brush. And then they said, because you have done that with your fingers, then the natural thing would be, lots of women do this anyway, they take cheek color, if it's left over, if they're using a cream, and they put it on their lips. So any leftover, you can just put that on your lips, gives your little color there. And I thought, well, that was kind of a neat little tip to know, because otherwise I would have been like everybody else. I'd have pulled off that foil, and then I would have been fighting too much all the time. So make sure you do that for yourself for demonstration. And when you sell one, make sure you tell them that. The one thing I found that we had first was a pink stars. And the one that is what you call pink stars is probably going to be a nice, neutral, a popular color for anyone who doesn't like a lot of cheek color. What you see on me tonight is really, that's all I have. Then after I did that, I did brush it with the setting powder. And so I have setting powder on top of my cheek gel, my cream gel here, my new cream gel, and the foundation underneath that. And I just went over it, but you still can see, can you guys tell that I got pretty good color here? Okay, that's a passion fruit. So the other color that I would suggest, that the other coral, if you have somebody who is a person who likes the warmer tones, the coral is very light, like the pink stars. It would be the warm and the cool. The pink stars is going to be your cool. And then the coral, let's see, it has a cute little name too. Let's see if I can find it. Coral Kiss. How cute is that? And then the last one that I mentioned is the soft buff. And the soft buff is just very neutral. It might be for that girl who just wants a hint of color, And if you want to do something and you're not doing a facial, I would suggest you do on the back of the hand or the arm. and maybe just stripe each one. And it is nice to have one of each open. And then if you're worried about, oh gosh, I'm never going to use that, why would I want to do that? Well, what you can do at the end of the season, you can say, you know, this was my demo. You can even mark it. I know Deb has special demo labels that she puts on all of her stuff. And you either give it as a gift, or you charge them cost or 50% off, because you know it's barely going to get used. But at least you don't have to worry about, or you can just write it off as a demo and then give it to a friend or a family member. But it is kind of nice to have it to test. And the only way I know to do that is to take one of each color, and then you'll be able to share them, because that's what everybody wants to know. Very few people want to buy it without trying it or seeing it. So that has to do with the cream gels and their versatility. What did I miss with that one? Was there anything that they said in relationship that about it, Deb?
Well, the one thing I was going to say is that what I like about it is you can actually throw it in your purse. It's like great for touch up. So I wore the Pink Stars one today, and I had it in my purse, and I had a delivery today, and I just looked a little pale. So I grabbed a couple dots before I went in, and, and it just gave me a little hint of color, because it really is just a hint of color. I mean, it's pretty subtle, and it blends really well. And so in that case, I did do it over my foundation and my powder, but usually I'm like you, I do it right after, right after my foundation. But I love them. I absolutely love them. They're so easy to use.
And you are right. They're just petite, but let me tell you, it's going to go a long way. So I really think they're going to be fun. At first I was thinking, really, I kind of like our powder, but you know how we are. We're slow to change sometime, and then we just fall in love. Okay. The other thing that we talk about lips and cheeks together a lot of times, there's 2 lip balms, and you will be able to, I twisted these up so you could see a little bit of there. Again, kind of a warm and a cool. This is called Coral Blaze, I believe is the correct term. And the other one is Radiant Pink. And I am sure you can tell that this pink is not looking real pink. To me, it looks burgundy. And that, yes, right up there at the top of that flyer, that yes, perfect. Thank you, Angie, so much. Much better than probably this. But you can see the difference. And a balm, if you're talking about a balm doesn't have a lot of staying power so much as it has, I guess you would say, a helpful softening, kind of like we think of with our satin lips. But this has a hint of color in it. So it is going to go on first. If you want to wear it by itself, it's great. Or you could put your lip liner on and then put this on, but don't put it on and try to put a lip liner on, because it'll slide right off. It is very softening. I've had 2 women try. They love this one. They said they couldn't believe it. If you put it on once, it's just a hint of color, the pink, Radiant Pink. But putting it on multiple times, you're going to see it darken a little bit. This one is very natural, and it's the Coral Blaze. And that one to me is really for that person who just doesn't even want to wear color on her lips. But it feels totally awesome. I don't know in our fact sheet here, I haven't looked to see the ingredients. Deb, did you happen to catch any of that?
Yes, it has jojoba oil and
Yes,
almond
I see
oil.
it. Mm-hmm.
So
And almonds, yep.
incredibly moisturizing.
Yes. And it's non-sticky and non-greasy. And I think that sometimes people are wanting something lightweight, doesn't feel sticky, just a subtle color. And they call it ingredients that help promote hydration. So the big purpose of it is hydrating the lips. And don't you often see people, even when I wear my lipstick, and I take pretty good care with all of our skincare items of all of my skin areas, the lips, but they will look dry sometimes. So if you have this in your purse, you can just go over this, and you don't have to be accurate with it or anything else. It's going to, I'll bet Angie's trying to find the ingredients. Are you?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's almond oil and jojoba oil, but Rita, at first I didn't think I would like it, but I just reapplied the Radiant Pink, which doesn't look pink at all, but I love it. I love how it feels. It has, just some subtle color, but I put it, I don't know if you saw me, I kind of went around because I wanted it darker. But I really like it a lot.
And I do feel like that there is a lot of these 5-minute makeover women out there that are going to love something like that. You know, where you don't have to be so exact. They just want hydration and they want a finished look.
I
And
think you'll see a lot, like in the industry, you see a lot of dewies in, and I think that's why the cheek color will be popular too, because it has that hyaluronic acid. So it's gives that dewy glow, and this gives a dewiness to the lips, and that's kind of in right now.
It vary. And I've seen some that were a little too dewy, if you know what I mean. They look like they were oil. We don't have to worry about that with our Mary Kay products. I'll just say that. Thank goodness, because these look very natural. They look soft. And I like the word dewy because it's totally different than looking oily, for sure. But it is very popular. And you can put lipstick on top of it of some sort of your favorite, whatever your favorite is. So $20 is what it costs for the lip balms, and $20 for the gel blush colors, the gel cream blush colors. I believe the last exciting thing to do with our faces, and then we'll go back to the body here, Deb and I will, but I thought, when we first got there, and you all know we have been having a large amount of our eyeshadows, 9 eyeshadows, 4 cheek colors in our color line being phased out. A lot of them even are being out of stock now with the company. And what I truly think, when we went to seminar and we were asking them about that, they took out a lot of plums. They took out almost all of our plums. And I thought, well, what are they going to do? Well, there is, with this particular there's 2 exact, beautiful, I call them. They're called palettes. They're eyeshadow palettes. And there is, if you look at the colors,
She
Oh no, we
logged
lost
off.
her. Okay, that's okay. I'll just keep talking since she's off of there. But
Yeah, and I've got them up here on the screen too. So
okay. So there's outer glow and inner fire. I actually have the outer glow on tonight. What I found with this is that it feels almost like a creamy shadow, almost like our pomade that you put on before the brow powder. It's just a little creamier, but some of them are more of a shimmer and some of them are more matte, but they're pretty pigmented. So you don't have to use a whole lot. What I found is when you use the shimmer parts, that it's better to put them on with a sponge tip or even with your finger, so that you don't get any of that sparkle fallout. And I have not had any fallout when I put it on just with my finger or with a sponge tip. But then the ones that are more of a matte shade, you can use your brushes and stuff. But I am hooked on the outer glow. That's the one that came in, and I've been using it every day, to be honest with you. And I just love all of it. I really love the two pink shades. I've been wearing those just a lot, with the 2 matte, that are on the lower side there. So I put that one is my accent color. That one's my, in the crease, sorry. And then the darker one is what I'm using as my accent color. And then I will put a pop of one of the 2 pinks right in the middle of my eyelid. And then if I want more sparkle, I'll put one of the lighter 2 you're putting the cursor on right now. I'll put one of those on, like that one under my brow if I wanted a little more, but all of them look good on the lid. They really look good. The sparkle ones look really good on the lid. So they're very fun. I think you'll love them. Customers will love them. They just have to try them. They're just gorgeous on. So, well, Rita's gone. Okay. So yeah, with those, I do think they'll be
Here
very
she comes.
popular. She's back.
I do have a fun little snippet about the palette eyeshadows. I have a friend in Poland, and she actually had them a couple of weeks ago before I even knew they were coming out.
Oh, how
They had
unfair.
them in hand, and she sent me a picture of them, and she's like, "I'm loving these." So that was kind of fun.
Isn't that great? Well, and it says in the book, it says it is formulated with a technology that promotes long-lasting color with minimal fallout. And that's what I found with the ones that are kind of shimmery. I'm not getting them down, like regular shimmer shadow, but these are fun. They're very fun. And they're not just for the younger people because I'm wearing the shimmers and it's not making me look older or anything. I'm going to say it's making me look younger. So I really think that you're going to love them and your customers will too. They're just really pretty. So, okay, I see her up there, but she's not talking. So I'll just keep talking.
Yes, it's okay. I think I'm okay.
Rita, I covered the palettes. Sorry.
Cool. That's great. Oh, thank goodness. This is why I like to do things in multiples. I thought I had all of this new stuff figured out. I hadn't moved.
That's okay.
I forgot to my phone I've used all day would maybe need a charge.
Oh no.
So it just went black on me because I hadn't even bothered to look at the charge. Oh my gosh.
Shoot.
I am so sorry. But yes, you are right. $40. Did you talk about the cost?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
We talked about the formula and everything, and
Perfect.
They're just gorgeous
Yes.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to see this is the warm one. I know you have the cool there probably, but this is the warm and I tried it. Did you mention there's two mattes?
Yes.
And the thing that I didn't understand that they have two different kind of shimmers that they call this. Did you guys mention they consider it matte, a frost, and a metallic? And I thought that's interesting that I always thought of a frost and metallic being the same, but they put them in two different categories. So I thought that was kind of fun. Not heard of that?
No, I didn't catch that part.
Yeah. And the thing that makes them special, it says they've been formulated with power technology that promotes lasting color with minimum fallout. You know how sometimes you can put an eyeshadow on and there'll be little flakes and all, or ChromaFusion, you don't have that. But it's the same way, minimal fallout. A lot of times if you get a metallic finish, you have to worry about that little extra color everywhere. So blendable and buildable. That's what I had to say. Sorry, I'm so glad that hey, did you talk about the cute names?
No, I didn't say anything about how cute it was, just outer glow and inner fire.
Yes, yeah. I thought, oh, those are so neat. So actually the inner fire, doesn't that warm one look like a fire? It's orange and red together. They're doing a lot of that. And then the outer glow is the pink with the red. And I just really thought, I like the names. I thought even the names were cute. So yeah, just consider them, girls. You gotta have one of those to demonstrate, for sure. I love having a reason to open one of everything for myself.
Yes, me too.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead, Deb, but would you like to, one of our most popular things, this right here.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, every year we have the mint with the socks. And the socks are so cute. They're always really good quality. These are kind of a light pink with red and a darker pink stripe on them, but they're just so nice. And we don't have to go out and buy fuzzy socks, for Christmas. They're just, cause you're going to spend, $1 or $2 buying them somewhere. I mean, $2-3 maybe now. But they just come free with the energizing foot and leg lotion. And this is just really the most indulgent pampering gift. I sell so many of them at Christmas time. They're great if you do any kind of senior project. I do the Adopt a Grandparent program in our community, and we always give this to all the residents. But I mean, a $12 gift, you can't go wrong with this. It really does help with circulation. It helps with aches and pains. It's hydrating. You can put it on your feet, you can put it on your legs, but I've had customers say they actually will put it, if they have an ache and pain somewhere, like their shoulder, they'll put it there. Probably wouldn't put it on the face, but if you have an ache or pain, that would be great. But my best testimony was, my dad was diabetic, and so was my uncle. And so they would use this, and the doctor told them that was the reason why they hadn't lost their feet, because it helped with circulation. They're like, whatever you're using, keep using it because it's saving your feet. So, I absolutely love this stuff. So can't go wrong. It's just a top seller. And where can you get a gift? 2 gifts for $12. Yeah. So
And
order bunches of those, honestly.
Yes.
Because the socks they
First
go.
thing, they go.
Yeah, they
right
always
away.
sell sell out quick. And so get what you want, get what you think you might sell.
And the other thing I'll tell you, I had a customer tell me is that she said she had restless legs, the syndrome of restless legs, you know, when they get in bed and then their legs just constantly want to move. Y'all are familiar with that term? Have you heard of it? She said that I had given her that she was in my Bible study group and she had put this on her legs and she said, I need some more of that. She said it really did help her restless legs by rubbing that on her legs at night. And I hadn't heard that. Of course, those are all things that only our customers can tell us, you know, that we may not know about. And then this summer, I had someone tell me that if they put this on, it kept the mosquitoes away. So I don't know if it was the mint or whatever. So I guess you just should wear this all the time and recommend it for everything that they tell you they have going on. Because I was surprised with those two things. Those were new to me. So anyway, great. And for goodness sake, girls, where can you buy a gift that costs you $6? I mean, we should be buying all of our gifts from our own store, you know, but $6. That's a unheard of gift in this day and age. Thank you for that, Deb. You have anything that you use with this? Angie, we're not checking in with you, but this has been around. I'm sure you've had plenty of experiences.
Oh, yeah. The for the feet and legs at night, especially, it just calms and relaxes. And then I can understand why it works with the mosquitoes because of the mint. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't like that and the energizing. So yeah, I like it. I mean, I use it on my legs and my feet. I've had like eczema on the bottom of or psoriasis on the bottom of my feet, and that helps with that as well. It just calms the ache with it.
Or the irritation or the scratch or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the breaking open. And it's usually an inflammation. They told me I had the hands once upon a time and it went all over the inside on the palms and all of this. And they said, oh, just be glad you have it here. It shows up in two places, whatever this kind of eczema was or whatever. Psoriasis, I don't know what it was. It was a long time ago. And you could have it on the bottom of your feet and you would have really not liked that. Well, you're the first person I've heard say that. So you and I will compare notes sometime.
Yeah.
It does go away.
It does go away. Yep. Knock on wood.
I know. Last thing we want to talk about is really what we hope that our sales do for you and your customers. And this is brand new fragrance. This is not new to you, so we won't be necessarily sharing about the fragrance itself, but it's called Confidently You. And we had our model makeover. That's we emphasize the word confidence with that. But most of all, we love the scent. Well, what the company did on the back of that holiday book, our fall holiday book, they brought in a little companion for our newest fragrance. And it is called a Silkening Dry Oil for $24. You can buy it as a bundle with the fragrance, and it's $79. So I think if it were me and I didn't have a lot of those, that $79 is a real bargain. I haven't done the math. Somebody needs to do that. Whatever. $55 is what the fragrance would cost by itself, plus the $24. So, oh no, maybe that is about the same price.
It is the same price.
Sorry, I had added an extra digit in there. But at any rate, if you want to just have a nice gift, that's going to be the price. Just round it up to $80. That's still $40 for these two fabulous. Has anybody ever gone to the perfume department in a department store? Oh my gosh. I have friends and they say, oh, it only cost me $150 for a bottle of fragrance. And I'm going, oh my gosh, 55 sounds really good. You know, when I'm hearing things like that. So, you know, if you're not a fragrance wearer, I would encourage you to try it. But the dry oil, I'll just tell you the things that we like about it. This is it. And why I like it is because it sounds like, oh, it's going to be oil and it's going to look greasy. No, that's why they call it a dry silkening oil. And in the summer when I've used it, it just gives a little bit of shine to the dull skin that we have, in addition to this fabulous fragrance scent. So everybody I know, in fact, I had my office helper come in and she tried that and she says, I promise I'll order one. She's a consultant. I'll order one when I get back, but can I just take, because when I got my orders, can I just take this with me? Because it looks so good and it smells so good. And I don't like a lot of fragrance, but I love this. So she was using it for her fragrance and for the silkening, softening of her skin, and how great and healthy it made it look. So I highly encourage everyone to think about getting some of these to go with your Confidently You fragrance. Anybody else? Deb, what kind of a comment do you have about the oil? Or maybe you
oil?
have, yes.
Yes. So we've had oil before. I think it was Cityscape, and then
It
I
was. It was.
don't remember that other one that we had, what the name of it was, but
Was it diamonds? No, maybe that was a
yes,
cream.
yes. And
White
I
diamonds.
sold all of those. I think I had to track down more from a consultant because I was like, I just loved it for myself, but I also just sold a lot of it. And I'm hooked on the oil because it's great after the shower, just
Yes.
that extra hydration. And this one's lightly scented. Our Cityscape one was pretty strong. This one's lightly scented. So if someone's not really a fragrance wearer, they will like it because it's not overpowering, but it just really hydrates your skin. And most of us have your body is drier, and so it's not greasy. I mean, I literally pour it on. And then I really do, because I just love it. My bottle's half gone. Yeah, I stocked up because I know I will sell it. And that's the thing about it. If I would get everything, open up one of each to be a demo, because when you love it, you'll sell it. I mean, I love the oil. I know that I can talk confidently about that and all of our new products because I've been using them. And that's what sells it. You don't even have to know a lot of facts about it. It's really just your love
Sells
of the
itself.
product.
Yeah. If they try it, it really does. Hey, that's a great picture. Thank you, Angie. That is that back page that I kept holding up. That's what you need to do when you're showing the new holiday things. And please don't wait. Oh, it's not till December. I won't have my open house till November. Well, they'll be gone. The limited edition will be gone. So make sure any of these things that you saw tonight that you need to have on hand, even if it's just for your personal use, I highly recommend that you get after it right away. The 10th or the 15th is the earliest that you can order them. But hopefully we've given you enough information. Thank you. Can you think of anything we need to close with here, ladies?
No, the only thing I would say is, gosh, have a little tray and just put everything on a little tray, and just
display
like a little tray, and just as you see women, just do your own little new product preview with them. Have them try everything, get them thinking about gifts, things for themselves, and they will buy it. It's good. This is a really good selection of products for fall and holiday. So I think it's probably going to sell pretty quickly. So yeah, definitely order what you think you might want for yourself and to sell.
Okay.
And my suggestion for everybody is to go onto the document library on InTouch. There's all the information that was covered tonight is from there, available there. You can print it out, you can look at it, you can find cheat sheets, that kind of thing. They've got great information on the document library on InTouch. And of course, you can always ask your director, but it's also there.
Yes,
and shop.
I agree.
Yes, and shop from your own store instead of giving your money to, Amazon.
Bed Bath and Beyond, or whoever.
Yes, shop from your own store and give the best of the best for Christmas.
Hey, I wanted to share how I've been traveling with my stuff. I have this new cosmetic bag. You all recognize this? Everything we have fits in here beautifully. I mean, with all of these holiday items, the palette, obviously the tubes of the lip balm. And now I didn't have all 4 of these, but I could throw all of these in here. I could even put my socks in here. I put the socks in also so that they could see that. And then even under concealer and all of that, you could take all of the stuff that we talked to you about. And if you have the right size, this one is a really good one. It's still, you can throw it in a tote bag, or like Deb said, some of you carry the little backpack purses. This is another one that they all fit in, but these are empty now because I'm had to get them out to talk to you tonight about it. But I wanted to encourage you. That was a very good tip to take them with you, because that way you have them all there, and maybe for the anniversary, a 60-second anniversary. It's Friday the 13th was when Mary Kay opened her store 62 years ago. And what you could do is you could on Saturday the 13th this year, you could run a 13% savings and carry these around if you don't have people coming over, and just say, hey, this is anniversary day. Let me show you what I've got here in honor of the Mary Kay anniversary. Or you could also do your own little come and go. That's always possible. You have anything planned, Deb? You could do $62 giveaway, maybe if you had to, and you sell, hey, if I sell $62 62 items, then I will be having a drawing for one free, whatever you decide to give away, a lip balm or whatever it is.
Yes,
You're-
I like
you're
the
good.
idea of selling 62 items. That's what I'm promoting, is selling 62 items for the 62nd anniversary. They get a gift from me. So, and I
Yes.
forgot to, I have customers at a distance. So I did get some of the concealer samples.
Yes.
So
Thank
they
you
do
for
have-
showing that.
I forgot about that, but, because some of these other things you can squirt it. I mean, you can squirt them into a little thing and mail, but I like that we have those so they could maybe, try a couple shades to figure out which one works best for them. So I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Yes, make sure you order those on section 2. I think they're $2.50 for a sheet of 6. I think if you look at that, mine are sitting over here. I thought I got my table out ready for everything, and then I forgot to put those over there, but they're great. Okay, it looks
And-
like,
One more thing. I'm kind of being redundant here about going to the document library, but if you're having a holiday open house, they already have a wish list printed out for your customers that as they're looking, they can look at the different things and mark what they would want.
isn't that
So-
great?
Either that or, give it to them and they can use it for gifts, to write down what gifts they
Yeah,
might
I
need,
bet.
that kind of thing. And that's in the document library.
Yeah, I bet. Yes.
Thank you,
And
Angie.
Yes. Thank you, Angie. Why wouldn't she know about that stuff? That's her expertise. Oh, I love it. Well, thank you all for joining us. It might have been a little bit longer than my normal Thursday night training, but it's a special time of year, and we want to make sure that you take care of your customers. And we are so grateful for you taking time for yourself and listening and educating yourself. So we're still in the process. If you have something new to share, don't ever hesitate to get excited and let us know. Shall we say good night for now?
I think it's great. Great.